Does your beloved calathea look like this? Well, if it does, I will show you what to do in that situation. And if it has crispy leaves like this one, I'm going to show you how to fix it, because it may not be what you think. It's not just the humidity here. Calatheas originate from the Atlantic forest in Brazil. They like very warm and humid climates. Mimicking this will be your best option at keeping them alive. They also receive high rainfall, so when you water them, take your ruler, stick it about an inch in the soil, follow along with your finger. If the soil feels wet, you can wait a few more days, maybe 2 days, and check up again. If it feels dry, you should definitely water it. Generally, I would water it when the top inch feels mostly dry, but a slight bit of moisture, just a tiny bit. Like this one was actually drooping, as you can see, so I was thinking, man, if it starts to droop, just give it water and it'll bounce right back up. If the leaves start to curl, that means you need to give it water too. But if you look at this calathea, it actually does have a few curled leaves, but that is totally normal. Those are new growth. If they curl on both sides, that means it needs water. If it's curled like that and it unfolds like that, that means it's a new leaf coming through. Giving your plants light is important, and I know on the tag they'll say low light. Now, they can tolerate low light, but they will actually do the best if they are given a medium in between a low and a medium light. So maybe on my wardrobe up there would be a good spot, or somewhere relatively shady with dappled light. Never direct light. You never want direct light. That would be too strong and would cause burn marks on the leaves. Now, let's get to the reason why we're all here. Your calathea might have crispy leaves like this one. Now, there's no going back once they start to crisp. In fact, you can actually cut that off if you really want to make the appearance look nice again. But the main thing to stop crispy leaves in the future is not only humidity, although humidity is important. Right, first up, we're going to focus on humidity. To give your plant a humidity, a lot of you have probably heard to mist your plant. That causes more harm than good, and it barely raises the humidity. If you want to learn why it's so bad to mist your plants, I will make a video in the future. You've also probably heard to grab a tray with pebbles filled with water on it to keep the plant soil from the water. So, you've probably heard to put the plant in there so the humidity, as it evaporates, goes up into the leaves. Once again, this does not work. You may be thinking, what do I do then? Well, there's only one option left. Or two if you live in a tropical climate. The first one is grab a humidifier and run it as much as possible. The thing is, you do not want the humidifier's steam to be dumping down on the plant's leaves, as that will cause water droplets to fall on the leaves, causing problems. Like I said, I will make a video why water droplets on the leaves is so bad. And when you turn on this humidifier, try to keep it running as much as possible. I know you can't have it on for the entire day, but try to have it on as much as possible. The second option is if you live in a tropical climate where it gets high rainfall and high humidity, like South America, where calatheas are from. If you do this, you won't have to worry about humidity levels if you are outside. If you were inside, even if you're in the tropical climate, you would still have to run a humidifier as much as possible. And if you really wanted to, you could add a dehumidifier on one end of your room and the humidifier on the other end where the plant is, in case you're worried about mold growth. Now, you may think humidity is the only reason why your leaves are crisping on your calatheas and some of your other plants. Well, in reality, that's not just the case. As you see, these leaves are crisp, and the reason is because when I first got it, I was giving it tap water. Yes, tap water. You may be thinking, what could be so harmful to a plant that is found in your tap water? Well, chlorine and other chemicals. Yeah, chlorine is in your tap water.
Surprise, surprise.
So what is the solution? A lot of you may be thinking, why don't I fill up something with tap water and let it sit overnight or for a few days? That does not work. It used to, but companies now put something else in the water to keep that from happening, so your water can stay fresher for you to drink, but not for your calatheas. Just keep in mind, a lot of plants can take tap water, like monsteras and cacti and many others, but there are a few out there that can't. So when you buy a new plant, just research if they can have tap water or not. So what is the solution if you don't have tap water around? If you can't use tap water, what do you use? The solution is right here. You use distilled water, purified water, or rainwater. All three of those would work. If you live in a rainy, moist climate like the tropics or England or Australia sometimes, yeah, some places in Australia can get very rainy. Anyway, if you live in one of those places, you can just collect rainwater straight in a bucket. But if you live somewhere drier where it doesn't get much rain, like here for example, using purified or distilled water works just as fine. Now you know why calathea's leaves are crisping and how to fix this problem. All that's left for you to do is do your homework for the week. We have like, comment, subscribe, share. But out of all of these ones, what is the most important? Oh, it's this one. Water your plants. I do not care. Well, preferably, I would love you to do all of these. But out of all of them, if you had to choose one, I would prefer you to do that one. Alright. Well then, that's all for me. Bye!